Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man attacked, shot in Coronation Market downtown. A team of police officers were gathered at Coronation Market downtown Kingston, where a man was attacked and shot by gunmen on Saturday. Reports are that about 1:45 p.m., persons doing business in the popular facility were sent scampering for cover as gunshots rang out. Sources report that a few minutes after the shooting, a man wearing a red shirt and white jeans was seen suffering from gunshot wounds. Reports are that the police later arrived and persons at the location were seen placing the injured man on a handcart and pushing him out of the market. He was later placed in the back of the police vehicle and rushed to hospital. The status of his condition is not known at this time. Policeman charged with murder in double fatal shooting incident in St. Catherine. A Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF officer was granted bail Friday when he appeared before the St. Catherine Parish Court to answer to a murder charge. Corporal Damian Stewart was charged in relation to the double fatal shooting of O'Neill Johnson and Ricardo Stewart on March 5, 2018 at the Real Deal Car Wash in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The charge was laid against the cop following an investigation by the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom and a ruling by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions ODPP. The police reported that a team of 5 JCF officers who were on mobile patrol along the Spanish Town bypass when men alighted from 2 vehicles and opened gunfire at the police team. The police alleged that, in response, they fired in the direction of the men. After the exchange, 2 men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. Alleged eyewitnesses have refuted the police accounts for the incident. Corporal Stewart was granted bail in the sum of $500,000 with 1 or 2 sureties and reporting conditions. The mentioned date is October 11, 2021. Some claim Prime Minister frustrating them into taking COVID-19 vaccine. Some Jamaicans are convinced that Prime Minister Andrew Holness could be trying to frustrate the nation into taking the COVID-19 vaccine by his recent announcement that the series of 3 consecutive no-movement days will continue until COVID-19 positivity rate declines to an acceptable level. With the nation heading into the 3rd week of 3-day lockdown Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, reporters went on the street in Kingston yesterday, and the cry from so many citizens was that people who, up to recently, were against the vaccine had rushed to take the jab due to the threat of losing their jobs. Anthony said, "I don't respect the no-movement days because I don't see the achievement. They have not outlined the achievement after 2 weeks of it. What you achieve. The curfew is senseless to me because after 18 months of curfew, I don't see the results. The curfew make you turn a prisoner. It shouldn't have happened because when you have real emergency, you talk about curfew and you bring out the army and the police and everything. This is like a puppy show. The only time you hear about curfew in the US is for security reasons like riot in a community. You can put on a curfew, but it's not for vaccine or to contain a virus." I don't know who and him sit down and get that understanding, but they need to think better. What it does is that it makes people more congested than anything else. Everybody a pile up. When they get to the supermarket, the curfew is wild and crazy, and that shouldn't be. Ms. Lickle pointed out that he, the Prime Minister, are frustrated with take the vaccine. I mean, I believe in the vaccine because the vaccine is not developed. Me learn and me know the vaccine take years to develop and this one take months. Me no believe in a hit. We have to try and handle it in a better way. Me can't survive so, but Mr. Prime Minister, we hungry. And when you say no movement days, it's like you want us to stay home and dead for hungry. And you not go run and give we food. All you do is just force us to take vaccine. We want food, work and money. Tyrone stated that to him, it's like the Prime Minister is using a brute force. It's like you have to take it based on the way they're dealing with the vaccine thing. To me, no movement day is a big strain. The Bible even tells you say, you will have all your money and can't spend it. It come down to a system now where we are all living in a detention center right now as human beings in our country. The only right you have is to be on the road to take the vaccine. It's a world-older issue with Andrew Holness. Is the head of the stream I do it, so him just have to follow. It is to hold down the lower class. Sh00ting stated it may not be his intention, but it definitely feels like it is frustrating us. The constraints people are under due to the lockdown and the fact that it demands right now for persons to be vaccinated and be given the privilege of certain situations, it definitely feels like he is trying to frustrate the people. A lot of persons are against the vaccine, but business places are saying that if you are not vaccinated, you can't continue to work. That makes it seem like a lot of persons are going to lose their jobs because they don't want to take the vaccine. I have had persons complain to me that they took the vaccine and got allergic reaction. You have to let the people be in their know of what exactly are the components of the vaccine so that they would have a better chance of what is going through their bloodline. I know persons who were totally against the vaccine, and because he has to go to work, he took himself and the kids to be vaccinated so that he could get the freedom to roam. It definitely seems like he is frustrating the Jamaicans for them to take the vaccine. Gunmen kill two, torch house in Mudtown. Modern gunmen killed two persons and torch a house in Mudtown, Papine on Saturday morning, escalating fears of gang war in the area. Eyewitnesses report are that the gunmen struck at a house in the community a few minutes after 7. After claiming the lives of two people, the gunmen then set fire to the house. Firemen who arrived were reportedly unable to gain access to the lane to extinguish the blaze and watch impotently as the fire rages, saying that the fire hose was not quite long enough to reach the residence located in a narrow dirt lane. The Constable Communications Unit, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, confirmed the incident. We are aware. We are trying to ascertain the details. It happened sometime after 7 a.m., the representative said. Some Jamaicans fear overcrowded businesses after lockdown days will drive spread of virus. There are increased complaints and fears from some Jamaicans that lockdown days, or more specifically, the days that follow them, can prove to be counterproductive as they could do more spread rather than contain the COVID-19 pandemic. The major concern has to do with the run on businesses after the lockdown days. Long lines are observed from Wednesday of this week outside banks, remittance outlets, supermarkets, and pharmacies as Jamaicans rush to prepare for the next lockdown period that runs from this Sunday, September 5th to Tuesday, September 7th, or just to get some business done before they are again forced to stay home. The roads have been crazy since Wednesday after the latest lockdown period, James Palmer reported. A resident of Washington Gardens in St. Andrew, Palmer buys fuel for his van at a popular gas station in Portmore, St. Catherine because it is cheaper to do so. The line from the gas station at Municipal Boulevard and Grange Lane back up all the way down to Mandela Highway at 12:20 p.m. Wednesday, Palmer shared. He said it was no better on the roads on Thursday when business took him in the vicinity of Ligoni St. Andrew and the adjoining New Kingston. It was pure congestion in New Kingston, and all roads leading off. No traffic was moving in Ligoni area or in the vicinity of Hope Gospel Assemble, the U.S. Embassy, and the line outside the Scotiabank was pretty long Thursday morning, stated Palmer. For her part, Maxine Thompson, who lives in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine, said it took her sister, who is a nurse, from 6 a.m. when she left Portmore Thursday morning until 9:30 a.m. to get to Halfway Tree where she works. I couldn't believe it when she told me the time she got to work, said Thompson, who also had an issue with the days leading up to the lockdown days. I think some people may in fact contract COVID in the type of crowds I'm seeing before the lockdown starts. On Saturday, I couldn't get into supermarket in Portmore, and the line for bill payment at certain locations on the Greater Portmore Mall was just too long, she said. Thompson expressed the view that some people are on the roads for no other reason than that they are suffering from lockdown fatigue. I really believe that some people are just driving around and walking around to ease the stress from the first lockdown period, she said, as a self-employed mother of one. For Janet, someone who lives in West Cumberland in Portmore and who faced a 17-day lockdown on the entire parish of St. Catherine in May 2020, she is now more fearful about getting into a crowded space than she did last year. Last year, I fret whenever I go forward to spend hours at a Western Union or MoneyGram outlet so I could collect the money that my relatives sent from overseas so I could keep food on the table. The fact that we do not have a tremendous spike in cases then may have simply meant there were not so many cases on the corona circulating in the population. With what I'm reading and hearing about this Delta variant and how highly contagious it is, I am trying to avoid these crowds, but I'm losing that battle. I just have to do business on the road, she lamented. Up to the first week of August last year, Jamaica had confirmed just under 100 cases for COVID-19. Up to this Wednesday, September 1, the country has confirmed 69,054 cases and 1,568 deaths. 868 new COVID cases in Jamaica, 8 more deaths. Jamaica recorded 868 new COVID-19 cases and 8 deaths on Friday, bringing the infection total to 70,657 and virus death toll to 1,593. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported that the new cases comprised of 546 females and 322 males, with ages ranging from 22 days to 98 years. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine 255, Kingston and St. Andrew 153, St. Anne 89, St. James 66, Trelawney 60, St. Elizabeth 57, St. Thomas 46, Clarendon 44, Westmoreland 38, Manchester 23, Hanover 17, Portland 16, and St. Mary 4. Jamaica has 19,927 active cases after 111 people recovered from the virus, bringing the total number of recoveries to 48,691. Currently, 724 people are hospitalized, 117 of which are severely ill, while 50 are critically ill and 200 are moderately ill. Bookings over full for No Limit International.
This is the place to be. Give me bits, No Limit headquarters. This is where you would like to be.
It's like a thing for a long time. And we are doing this from a tender age, from way back when. And the COVID can hold back a big time, you see me? Because ever since the music we had to do it straight. And the pandemic's there for we. We nearly a year hard now. But you hold back big time, see. Big hold back and think, and just music straight. Just music we do it straight. So for you know, so for the music now play, it's like a big hold back.
As the green light comes out now, we have some dates coming up. So what we do, we just getting the sound ready to go out there so that there will be no mistake. So as you can see, technician is here. We're going through everything bit by bit, piece by piece, so that when it's up, coming the first, we're ready for the road.
This is the No Limit headquarters. As you can see, the layout and the setup of it, that they have parties here from different time to time. But since COVID arises in Jamaica, there's a lot of stuff like parties postponed, which we appreciate now. The Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, let's big him up. We're big up need to give. So we appreciate him to open the country for certain time, certain hour in the night where people can actually keep back their events and follow protocol and, regulation where regulation due and follow the law. Because if they break the law, then say we're going back to square one again. So we really appreciate him for what he have done, because of what COVID-19 have done to the industry of promotion itself across Jamaica. Not even Jamaica alone, but across the world. As you can see, there's a lot of events postponed. Artists can't fly out. Party can't keep the big sound like No Limit can't play all over Jamaica again as how it used to play from Monday to Monday to Sunday to Sunday. So we really appreciate the Prime Minister to give us the opportunity again to, showcase what we have to Jamaica and a whole. Because of COVID-19, the setback of the events, what we have to do is just structure what we have to structure and package what we have to package again, like Facebook. They have to just come again, package it, put it out and launch it again. Money over hype, even though we lost a year, but the year is not last within anyone out of the brothers die or out of Facebook family die. We have to give thanks to God. As you can see, the space is big enough, it can accommodate up to, I would say, about 500 people. We actually use next door, which is Platinum Hotel. because that is one of the place, the areas where we keep the Vento. Behind Platinum Hotel, it's a big space. It's much bigger than inside here where we use. But inside here is a wonderful space. Like, you can see what the look and the layout of it is like, and it can accommodate again up to 500 people. Where social distance is concerned, people can come at the back, they can be at the front, they can be upstairs, they can be wherever they want to come and enjoy a place of enjoyment. They have a nice bar, nice restaurant, we have clothes store, we have meat shop, we have barber shop, we have a lot of stuff here to offer to people. Hotel again, if you would like a night out of Kingston and you want to come in the country, yeah man, come visit us in Clarendon, man. Milk River Bath, we have it so. So come man, we have a lot of things to offer. Showcase, this is Clarendon.
There is a lot of round robins, and that's where majority of the lower class people get their earning are from round robins. And with the lockdown, it was bad. But now, we welcome it, as I said earlier, we welcome it.
Oh, no, long time we want to back again, man. Long time we are waiting, you know? And we are waiting long enough, and give thanks and praise, we know, say. We will start touch back the road again and do what we do best.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.